Good morning, preschool. So I thought today we would read Sky Tree by Thomas Locker. Once a tree stood alone on a hill by the river. Through the long days, its leaves fluttered in the soft summer breeze. But then the days grew shorter and the nights longer. The wind became cold and the tree began to change. How do you think it's going to change? What season is it going from? What comes after summer? There's 4 seasons. So there's summer, fall, winter, and spring. Autumn came. The leaves of the tree turned gold, orange, and red. Squirrels hurried to store nuts and acorns. Wow. So what did you notice about the tree? What happened to the leaves? They're really pretty colors. The sun rose later each day. One morning, light glistened on a thin silver frost. By the end of the day, many leaves began to fall. First one, and then another. Uh-oh. Now what's happening to the leaves? Why do you think they're falling off the tree? On a gray day, an old snapping turtle buried himself in the river mud, where he would sleep until spring. The tree's bare branches reached toward the sky. The clouds opened, and for a moment the sky filled the branches. So now look at the tree. What's missing on it? On a misty morning, a flock of birds landed where the tree's leaves had been. The birds chirped, squabbled, and sang, but suddenly their wings beat the air and they flew away. What season do you think is coming next? Clouds gathered and filled the tree's empty branches and then drifted away. That's a pretty cool picture. The clouds look like they're the tree's leaves or something. Ice formed on the river's edge. With its roots deep in the earth, the tree stood ready for winter. Oh, that's the season that comes after autumn, winter. What happens during winter? What happens to the weather? Does it get really warm or does it get really cold? Oh. Snows fell. Snug in their nest, a family of squirrels huddled close through the cold winter days. Now look at the tree. It's covered with snow. At night, millions of stars twinkled among the branches of the tree. Beneath the river ice, the old snapping turtle slept. The world was waiting for spring. Now we just ended winter, so that means that the season we're in is spring because spring comes after winter. Late one afternoon, a golden light streamed through the clouds and warmed the tree. The ice on the river began to melt and the snow disappeared into the ground. Ooh. So the snow is melting. What does that mean? Is it getting warmer or colder out? The smell of wet earth filled the air. Squirrels raced through the fresh grass and up the tree. Sap rose to the trees, tight buds. Now look at. There's no more snow. And look at the tree. What's on the tree? Looks like maybe tiny little leaves. The old snapper crawled out of the mud to lay his eggs or her eggs on the warm hillside. The tree's leaves uncurled in the spring sunlight, and the birds returned to build nests for their young. Now look it. The tree has leaves again. The tree stood on the hill by the river. Once again, its leaves fluttered in the soft summer breeze. The end. Thank you for reading with me.